Hello, my name is Sydney, and this is blog entry number 15, webcam edition. I shall be answering all 6 of these questions. The first question states, your favorite movie from your class and why? Um, my favorite movies from the class were In This Corner of the World and Spirited Away. I would say that these were my favorite because, well, multiple reasons, but the main one is because I've always liked animated movies. I feel like animated movies can express things better than some live action movies, and they have more of like a fantastical element to them rather than live action movies. In This Corner of the World, I really liked because it was like I don't like a side of Japan that I've never really seen, which is like World War II, but like just a civilian woman kind of point of view, which I guess I had no idea about. Um, I like it. I like Spirited Away because I like science fiction, so it's very. It's like it's not very. It's more like fantasy. I like science fiction and fantasy, so it was very like in the fantasy realm. Okay, question 2. What you learned about Japan that was most interesting? This goes back in with question 1, but just about World War II. I guess just learning history throughout the years in high school and middle school even elementary school, we talked about World War II a lot, but never really from the Japanese point of view. So it was really interesting seeing 2 different movies, The Eternal Zero and then This Corner of the World being the 2 that tackled World War II from 2 different Japanese perspectives. So that was really interesting. Okay, question 3. What you want to know more about? Um, I feel like out of the class, we only like really briefly touched upon like I guess pop culture and like subcultures. It was mainly about like what the majority of Japanese people are like, and I don't know. I've always been interested in any culture about subcultures um, because I just find them interesting, and I tend to relate more with subcultures than I do with pop culture. But I'm also always interested in popular culture as well because it's interesting to see what the masses flock to and why. Um, so, like, what's popular there right now and stuff would be more interesting to me to learn. Um, if you had to choose key concepts to choose about the U.S. to teach about, what would it be? Um, I feel like key concepts about the U.S. would be how individualistic we are, how we're pretty much out for ourselves, even like within your family. Like I'm 21 years old, and I like if after I graduate college, if I were to live with my family, I would feel weird about it. I would feel like I haven't accomplished what I should have, and that's kind of like a just like a feeling that most people have here. I feel like if you're not living out on your own as soon as possible, then you're doing something wrong. Um, what else is there? I guess American. It's kind of hard to just like say American culture is this because I feel like American culture is a large mix of a lot of cultures. Um, and I feel like everywhere you go in America isn't the same culture because even like if I were to go out west or to the south, I would feel out of place sometimes with some certain situations. So it's hard to like say, oh, all of it is this. But yeah. What movie would you recommend to Japanese students to teach these concepts? Well, I would say I have a list of movies up. Um, oh, what was the good one? Well, any war movies are good. Like Saving Private Ryan. That's a really good like American movie that will give you like a really American feel. Um, Independence Day, science fiction, good American movie, obviously with Independence Day as the title. Um, Forrest Gump, I don't really like Forrest Gump myself too much, but I know it is a very American movie. Um, there's Top Gun. Um, Basically, any war movie is pretty American. Lincoln. Oh, The Godfather. The Godfather. That is a very good American movie. It just shows one part of like American culture that's like because we're a melting pot of different cultures, it allows it to like exist. Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane is more of just a movie than like a specifically American movie. Jaws really, I would say Jaws is pretty American and shows like how people can be so stubborn here. Let's see. What is the last question? Any questions about Japanese culture? This goes back to question number 3. So, like, what are the subcultures in Japan? How are these people viewed within these subcultures? Um, I I'm trying to think. I had other questions. People who aren't the norm, how are they dealt with within society? Like, how do they get by day to day? Because, like, I would say I'm not the norm just because I have blue hair and a nose ring. And I kind of dress in a specific way that I wouldn't consider to be the norm. So I'm just curious as to like someone who would maybe be the equivalent of me over there, how their life would be. And I believe that is all. I shall stop this recording as soon as I find my webcam thing. Alright, bye!